Welcome to Made for Mondays, the source for digging a little deeper into the Believers Church Sunday messages and finding ways to apply them to our daily lives. Together, let's take a deeper look and find a way to bring Mondays back
Hey
to
everybody, welcome to the pod. My name is Heather, and who's joining me today?
Hey everybody, it's Tyler. Glad to be back. Feels good.
Adrian's here.
Joe here also. Nice to be with y'all this morning.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Feeling pretty good. Got
Yeah?
a good night's sleep. Silas slept.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that new,
God.
getting through the night?
It's not, but you never know. So
And he was partying this weekend.
So he had a good night's sleep. He did.
How was the poop schedule
The
yesterday?
poop schedule was on. It was right on track.
on.
It's on track.
That's what was on.
No craziness. It was all good.
So Silas was partying because he turned one this weekend.
He turned one.
Did you guys have a big old shindig?
We did. We kept it smaller than normal, which was good.
Okay, well, keep in
So
mind
we-
that not everybody has the family your size, so you're going to have to define what small even means.
That's true. It was 40 people.
Okay.
That's
That
not
was-
that small.
That's
That's the total guest list at my very big wedding. Okay.
very different. Yeah.
So
when-
what was the party? Tell us the theme. Give us
Yes.
the rundown.
Yes.
So the whole theme was Silas's roundup. And so it was cowboy themed. Oh, because, I don't know if everybody can see this. I should have pulled this picture up because your boy, a long time ago, had a little cowboy theme. Oh, I can't find it. I should have done it first. I'm faux pawing right now.
You faux pound big time.
It's okay. I'll find that when somebody else is talking and pull it up.
We'll put
But-
it in the show notes. Is
Yes.
what we're going
We'll have
to
it
do.
pulled up. But it was cowboy themed. So we had our bandit gear, had a hat, my boots. Love that. Ever since I came from Nebraska, I feel like I'm a cowboy forever. But it was awesome. Had him dancing on tables, great food,
He was.
great
He was
music.
getting
Go back to the dancing on the tables.
We had Silas dancing on the table.
Okay.
He was doing it. He was kicking it off, doing his thing.
Not Tyler Brown dancing
Oh, not
on
me.
tables.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Silas.
That's little Silas,
Little version of
guy,
Tyler Brown.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was a great time. Mose brought the food.
Nice.
So it was all good.
what is the typical gift situation for a 1-year-old? Like,
We had clothes and diapers and toys.
okay.
A little bike.
People bring
basketball
things.
hoop.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was
Fun.
awesome. So good. I can't believe it was a year.
Yeah.
Everybody told me you blink.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And that's what it felt like.
And he's such a nice person.
He is.
He's giving high fives now.
He is.
Running.
Yes.
He is.
Running.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
He's doing a
It
lot.
seemed like
Saying
he started walking
couple
early.
words, trying to. So.
Yeah.
I was surprised at
crazy.
Rochelle's baby shower. His swimming is also pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's taking some lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't do good at first, but he's getting there.
Are you raising
He's-
him in a bilingual home?
Yes.
Yes.
So almost every day I try to speak to him all in Spanish.
Really?
So it's good for me, good
Yeah,
practice.
that's cool.
I hope I'm not messing him up. That's the only thing. It's like in my, so I got some, a lot of people here who are bilingual who talk to him in Spanish, so it's very helpful.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
That's cool.
So it's good. It all went well without a hitch. So we're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Did you do anything else exciting this weekend?
I slept
And you
prepared.
taught today
Yeah.
or yesterday. So
That's it.
that it kind of marks
It takes
a
me out.
low-key weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's good having the grandparents in town because I can give
Yeah,
them somebody and say, "Hey, can you
buddy.
watch them for an hour?" And it's so nice. So
Good.
yeah,
Good, good.
And you did such a
good.
nice job yesterday.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing all your people show up. It's so nice.
they show up. They show up. They show up.
So much energy. I love it. Let's see. This weekend, I made a jaunt over to Ashland to meet my sister who lives in DC, and just like trying to connect for a little bit takes a lot of coordinating. So I spent a little time with her, and I wrote some notes, but now I can't read them. Time with friends. And then went to the Latino Music and Food Fest down by Waterside on my scooty. First field trip on my scooty out of my neighborhood. Why are you
What is a
giggling?
scooty? Is that,
It's an e-scooter.
okay.
She has a personal one now.
She has not
doesn't use a
been.
lot.
She's not named yet, so I'm just calling her Scooty. I'm
Okay.
trying to work it into for those of you who don't know, Jamie Stewart. He's on a motorcycle trip right now, and he recently revealed to us that his bike's name is
New Girl.
New
New
Girl.
Girl.
And, I want to be like Jamie when I grow up. So I'm going to get a little bag for Scooty and put stickers of each state when I scoot in that state. So should I, New Girl, little baby? Like, what should Scooty's name be so that she can hang with Jamie? Like, I'm hoping we can go to lunch together. Him riding motorcycle, me on Scooty over to Taste. Do you love it? Do you love it?
I love the idea.
Yeah, but I felt very brave because this is the first time Scooty and I went out on the road where the cars are. And I was pleasantly surprised that they don't seem to want to flatten me.
Okay.
I don't feel that way when I'm on foot. Pedestrians are not honored in downtown Norfolk.
But Scooty is.
Scooty is.
Okay.
Right.
Make a note.
Maybe suggest a more centralized map, maybe of like this area or Virginia that you can check off on your scooter. I don't know how many states
Do
you're
you
going to
think
hit.
my dream is too big? Here's the thing.
You're going to take an Alaska trip at the end.
Here's the thing. I can put Scooty in the car.
That's true, yeah.
And take Scooty to West Virginia. And then I got my West Virginia Scooty sticker.
Fair enough. I
Do you
love
like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I like it. This weekend was good. It was a little more chilled than the last couple of weekends have been. We had a blast in June and even the beginning of July, so it was nice to relax some. We went out to dinner Friday night with some friends to High Street, one of our favorite spots. Got some pizza, and then I asked Adrienne yesterday at church when I first saw her, like, "Hey, how was your weekend?" She's like, "Save it for the pod." I was like, "Ooh." So I felt like I needed to do something else last night to like up my game. So yeah, well, we went and saw Superman. So.
Okay.
How
was
many
it?
times did you cry?
I didn't cry. I'm probably going to upset Tyler and a few others on staff.
I don't want to
I already
hear
know what's
details
coming.
because I
not
haven't
details.
heard
spoilers.
I just in my mind, I'm not a huge like superhero fandom. I
There
like
it
them,
is.
but
Okay.
it's
There it is. My
so
heart
it's probably
is
coming
broken.
from there. So take it with a grain of
buddy.
salt. I just feel like parts of the storyline I felt while I was watching it. I've seen this before. Sort of thing.
Oh,
but-
it's not a safe
just-
space. You
Yeah,
can't say
I
things
know.
like that.
I know. Only raving reviews. That's right. It was fantastic. What a great movie. What a great movie it was. Go see it today, guys.
My
It was a
heart.
good movie. It was good.
Okay.
You've seen it,
Oh,
right?
man. No, I haven't seen it yet. That's why I
Have
don't
you
want
seen
to.
it
I
yet?
don't
I
want to
have
hear.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to redeem myself though. So y'all take a look at this real quick. There's your boy.
Oh my word,
Little
Tyler
cowboy
Brown.
gear and little Silas too, just like that.
Hold it up to the camera right
on.
there.
That
Which one?
camera.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
There we go.
Okay, how are we doing?
There's your boy.
Are we getting it?
Little
Yes.
cowboy gear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Silas looked
cute,
just like that.
He
His
did.
year. So yeah. But anyway.
So cute.
Sorry, we're up to
So
that.
cute. That's all right.
That was important.
Well, we were supposed to go to the Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit concert in Richmond on Saturday night, which I was very excited about. And then the weather got us. So disappointing. But Nate and I went up to Richmond and had a really fun day. We ended up going to Short Pump, which is like the big, nice, lovely outdoor mall
So
there.
good.
It was like it was 1987 at that mall. Like the most busy mall scene
The
I
mall
have
was
seen.
mauling.
Yes.
Wow.
I
That's
mean,
incredible.
we pulled up to this mall and could not find a spot to park.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
had to circle the mall to find a parking spot. And I was like, what? It is
was anything special going
it's
on?
2025 people.
Do y'all not know about Amazon?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's kind of cool, though. I mean, the
It
crowd
was
must have been annoying, but-
incredible.
Yeah.
And like we got and in the car, I was like, are they doing sidewalk sales or something? It's the middle of July. It's not like tax-free weekend or back to school.
It's hot.
Hottest
It's
places
hot.
out there.
And yeah, I mean, no, nothing special was going on. It was
incredible.
crazy, but it was so fun. Like people were like families shopping together. It was just
Wow.
like really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we like
Nostalgia.
spent time up there and did that. And then we started getting like notifications because of the weather that they were delaying the gates opening because it was at an amphitheater up there. And so we were like, oh man, are we gonna, so we like, okay, we'll kill some time. We'll go do this other thing. And so we waited for a little bit. Then we got another 90-minute notification. And so we were like, oh, if we wait now, it's not going to start until, and we were still going to have to drive back home.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Sunday's a work day.
Definitely is.
I guess we're not going to see them.
Was this supposed to be at the new amphitheater they have there?
Yeah. I think it's pretty new. It's the one down by the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, that's fun.
anyway, we didn't end up doing that, but we still had a really fun. We
Any
had a
good
fun day.
spots to eat in Richmond?
Well, we love Cuba
Is
up
that
there.
the Cuban place?
Yeah,
I've heard
it's
so
just
many
a
good things about
bodega,
that.
like in a neighborhood. It's like one of our favorite spots. So we had lunch there before we went shopping and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so great.
Sounds so
Awesome.
good.
All right, well, getting to our Bible reading challenge. We're still in some Matthew. We still are in some Psalm. We're still in some Proverbs. Anything stand out to y'all this week?
Yeah, from the last couple of weeks, Matthew 11 always gets me.
Yeah.
Just with, you got John the Baptist, who's prophesied about. He's a huge deal. He's
And a little bit of a weirdo.
a little bit of a weirdo out there eating bugs and stuff. But and then he doubts Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you the guy? Should we wait for somebody else? And the freedom that gives to us, and then Jesus hyping him up still. There's nobody better than this guy. Like he does all these things. Who'd you go out there to see? You didn't see this guy who was wafting in the wind. He's solid. He teaches well. Like all those things. And man, I don't know. I just love the freedom that gives us to doubt, to just be where wherever we are. So yeah, love that
Oh,
part.
that's good. And I was leaning into Psalm 70 and just noting the contrast. And we see it so much in the Psalms of lament and then praise.
Yeah.
But that sometimes our laments are a little bit unattractive. Like, when your kid comes up to you and like the world is ending because they can't go to their friend's house or whatever. It's just like anguish. I can't live if I don't get to go do this fun thing. And that same is true for us as well. So like, it makes me chuckle to read these. You know what? I'm going to bear with me, please. It's a little guy. It's just a little teeny guy. So I'm going to pull up I'm going to go to YouVersion this time, guys. I like to mix it up.
Oh, there we go.
I'm going to the Bible icon and then I don't want to be in Ephesians right now though, guys. I want to be over there in
Ephesians is good.
Oh, yeah.
You
It's a
like
good place to be.
Tell me why you like it. Tell me 3 things you like about Ephesians.
I'm not killing your time for you. I know I can read that.
Okay. Please, God, rescue me. Come quickly, Lord, and help me. May those who try to kill me be humiliated and put to shame. May those who take delight in my trouble be turned back in disgrace. Let them be horrified by their shame. For they said, aha, we've got him now. But may all who search for you be filled with joy and gladness in you. May those who love your salvation repeatedly shout, God is great, but as for me, I am poor and needy. Please hurry to my aid, oh God. You are my helper, my savior, or Lord, do not delay. But that front part, just, God, they're being so mean to me. Do something about it. Yeah. And I just love the freedom that God gives us to not be perfect. He wants relationship with us even when we're in a mood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
It's a safe space to ooze all of those feelings no matter what they are, just like our littles to us, even when we don't like what they're saying or how they're conducting themselves. We give them grace in those moments because it's a safe place to be your worst self.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So good.
Mine was in Matthew 13 yesterday. I love the parable of the sower and the farmer. And what I love about it in the New Testament in particular, last year, this year, and anytime we catch ourselves reading this, what we've read before, is how it strikes you differently. Mm-hmm. And I distinctly remember the season of life last time I read through this parable in chapter 13 of Matthew. I felt like I identified with the thorny soil, like everything, the busyness around me and everything was getting in the way of my relationship with Jesus. And now it feels like I'm closer to good soil a lot of the time. So that felt good, but it was really like cool. I identified a little bit more with the rocky soil and like just keeping an eye on my roots and like the joy that I feel from like a sermon that I hear or a message or even being in God's word. And the closest I feel like just that next level of depth that I might need or lack sometimes and understanding. And that's what this parable is all about, the understanding God's word and how you,
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. But before we get to talk about David's emotional spiral into the
A
Psalms,
risky question.
I need to know, what's your ultimate slow jam? Like the one that makes you want to call someone and say, we need to talk about our mixtape. But, all right. Ad, you and I probably had mixtapes.
Yeah.
These two young bucks that are sitting at the table with us, you probably burned CDs.
We did.
Definitely.
Burn CDs.
Offline.
Ad used to burn
LimeWire,
CDs for
baby.
me all the time too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're not
We
that
still
old.
call them
but-
mixes, but
Yeah, mixes,
Yeah.
mixes, but they're
So,
CDs
yeah.
for sure.
CDs.
But
Yeah.
what's your ultimate slow jam?
Man, I'm thinking there's a Marvin Gaye song.
Okay.
that I don't know if I can say the title of on here, but
We're all adults.
Sexual Healing.
Okay.
That one.
All right.
Yeah, I knew this would be a dicey little question. Mine is
That's the name of the song.
mine is Differences by Genuine.
Sing
Hum
it,
it.
Joey.
No,
Hum it.
no,
Hum it.
y'all got
Hum it.
Your
Hum
eyes
it.
got
Hum,
so
hum,
big
hum.
just now.
No.
No.
Do it.
Not doing it again.
Kate, recite it like a poem.
Nope.
No.
No, who's next?
You're being a pill. Also, I did not do this part of my assignment.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
All right.
Do you have a favorite slow jam?
I don't know. A favorite slow jam. I would listen to a lot of Chicago back in the day. I remember, I think one of my favorite memories at Believers with a slow jam, I think it was Let's Get It. I think Jesse sang Let's Get It On
Really?
during when we
marriage
did a
series.
marriage series.
Another
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye.
I think so. Another Marvin Gaye song. And that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Yeah, so
Wow.
I think
That's
that was
pretty
a
funny.
good memory.
I get a little tangled up in the slow jam with the heartbreak. I
Yeah,
kind of merged
right.
the two.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do that.
All right. So Tyler, you talked about how waiting, we alluded to this at the beginning of today's pod, on Silas's diaper disaster
Let's talk
mid-flight
about poop.
brought
do it.
unexpected peace because you weren't in control. So that line hit. Sometimes waiting feels like torture and sometimes like trust. So let's talk about both. So you shared how waiting on a blowout diaper mid-flight was weirdly peaceful because you had zero control. So why do you think lack of control can sometimes lead to surprising peace and other times total anxiety?
For the surprising peace side, at least for me, I always think I have some semblance of control, even when it's kind of going crazy. There's still an illusion of that little bit of a peace that you can still kind of hold on to. But in that moment and others in my life, it's gone completely. And so because of that, I can't do anything. I can't hold it in for him or nothing like that. So it was peaceful because I literally couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I honestly kept thinking of I think it's Matthew 6 towards the end. Jesus says hey, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's got enough trouble for its own.
Right.
And that's that was it right there. I can't. There's nothing I can do, and it was peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he didn't do anything. But yeah, at least for me, that's kind of how it goes for me. When the control's gone,
Yeah, I think the urgency and timing of things plays a part here. And our perspective around the control we have, if something's coming up right then and there, maybe you weren't even thinking about that till the morning of. And so the timing of that kind of made you a little anxious. But I also think, serious seasons of life, we're really going through it, not to say that this diaper situation was not that serious. But anyway, I think sometimes we can attach our identity to our circumstances or our problems or even the outcomes of those situations instead of God. And I think that's when we kind of veer from peace that we know we can feel over to anxiety. And then I also think sometimes we can feel both.
Go back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what you say about peace being accessible in the chaos, is a great reminder that that's kind of true all the time. Control is an illusion. You can pick what you're having for lunch today, but that's about all you can count on. And even that, if you've got your heart set on some lunch and you head out at the wrong time and you get caught up before you get, so wouldn't it be freeing if we thought about you at 30,000 feet with a bomb on your lap and thought, Tyler's chill. He's good with whatever happens next.
So I can handle
I
this.
can do this. Whatever this is.
Right.
That's so funny. I think it speaks to like the more control I think I have, the more anxious I am. That's usually how it goes. Like if I think I can and I that's my personality. Is I run through all the little things that can go wrong, and that freaks me out. So that the less
I can
control
tell.
I have.
When you come running up to me on a Sunday morning and your eyes are like this and you're rubbing your hands together, I think he's going to ask me, and I'm just going to tell him, no, right up front, don't even start with me. It's going to be great. I hold his hands. I look into his eyes. It's going to be great just the way we have it. We worked very hard to come up with this plan.
It's been a few times.
So let's get real. Is anyone willing to share something that you're waiting on, like right now? Are you waiting like David? So you have a little more peace? Or are you more like someone waiting? You talked about like an Amazon delivery, tracking it every 7 minutes. You're a little more anxious. Anyone have something that you're willing to share?
I've shared up here before that my wife and I have gone through several miscarriages before we had our second, our little girl, but then one here recently. And where the first one that we experienced might have been quite anxious, I remember, this one feels at peace. It does. It feels like we're leaning on God and his plan. And we've always wanted 3 kids, and that is our plan. And I would love for him to bless that plan, but we trust in him. So it does. It feels like we're David. It does. It feels peaceful through it. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've, for a while now, I can share more of this story at a different time to get the whole context, but long story short, there were some family issues that happened between when Karina and I started dating, and some of my cousins and aunts who had issues with it. And so since we really started dating, I haven't had a relationship with them.
Wow.
So that's been, we've been together for 11 years. So yeah. And so at the beginning of that, it was a lot of trying to work it out and trying to talk, trying to get there. And then ever since then, we've always extended invitations and invited to weddings and different things that they haven't responded to or come to and that kind of thing. So we're in a season of, I would love for Silas to be a bridge to all those things, but we're just waiting. Don't really know what to do, if we should reach out. Like, so the questions I'm asking on Sunday are things that I'm wrestling with. And
do I wait or do I make a move?
And all the things. So
Yeah.
I think we've, now at this point, we're getting closer to being like David in it, but it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So especially around holidays and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. I have a similar waiting situation with Dimitri's girls. They're grown up now, but when they were little, we spent a lot of time as a family unit, and then things kind of imploded abruptly, and like we don't have a firm grasp of even what the conflict was. We just know that the relationship is severed and we wish for it to be different. But, you know, sometimes the job in the relationship is to give the other person as much space as they need and control over how we proceed. So, like, every day, almost, I think, should I just send a teeny little text that says the door is always open?
Yep.
We are here and we are waiting. But then I think, will that hurt? Will that hurt?
Right.
Yeah.
What, is God doing something on this end to get this better or right for that to receive that? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I spend a lot of time saying to God, I don't know what. Could you just... So often my prayers are not to do one thing or do another thing, but to just make it clear what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Make what I'm supposed to do clear. If I'm not supposed to buy this car, shut down the deal.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not supposed to have a relationship with this person,
Let me
do
know.
what you do to make that clear to me. I want to do what God wants me to do because I trust that his plan, he's the only one who can do a miracle in that relationship. And that's same true with your
same
auntie
here.
and cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So just like creating enough space. I hate to wait. I will rush into it just assuming waiting is the last resort pretty much always. So like even in this job here with y'all, I have had to really force myself to set cruise control at a low speed so that I can't, you know that thing in the dog park, you know this. I bet this happens with Murphy.
Murph. There's a lot of things
Legs
happening.
this long attached to a pony keg flying across the tall grass. Does he sometimes get ahead of himself and go
100%.
rear over tea kettle
1000%.
over and over again?
Yes.
Just tumbling
Yes.
across the
He's
park.
top heavy. Yeah.
That's how
Yep.
I feel in so many situations where that is what the trigger I need to tell me that I'm forcing the waiting out of the equation.
Yeah.
I end up with like road rash on my face.
Oh, can I just say I appreciate
that's
the
good.
transparency there from both of y'all. Like it's just we go through
man.
these motions and being on the staff and stuff like we're supposed to have it all together. Like we don't go through the same
Golly.
things
Yeah.
that everybody's going through. It's very relatable.
And
Thanks
that
for
is the
sharing it.
beauty of B group. Like, isn't
Right.
this
Yes.
kind of
This is what it
a
feel- that's what it
B
feels like
group
right now.
here?
Yeah.
And just to put a bug in y'all's ear,
Yeah.
we got a little bit of summer left, but soon, we will be gearing up and launching all sorts of opportunities for you to connect in this way
Right.
with people who are going through the same kind of things you're going through.
Yeah.
And it's so nice. I feel so filled up after
Yeah.
spending
Yes.
time in here with you guys.
Free.
Don't let it go
It
to
is.
your head, okay?
Well, Tyler, you showed us how David gives us this little 3-part like survival kit to remember, reflect, and respond. And it's kind of like the Psalm version of stop, drop, and roll.
I love that.
Yeah. So let's unpack that and how that rhythm can really help us when we're stuck in the in-between, these times of waiting. So the Remember Journal I thought was so helpful. We've talked about it a lot in here over the years, the just journaling. Is that something y'all have found helpful in fueling your faith in season of uncertainty?
I'd say for sure, obviously, because we have
Yeah.
one. But because all of us do this. We get so caught in the moment.
Yeah.
So caught up, prisoners of the moment. That's what we are most of the time. And so to have that little time capsule to say, it's okay. These things have been even worse at times. And yet God still showed up. Maybe the circumstance didn't change, but he changed something in you, something like that, just to think through. And that helps us so much because, man, can we get spun up where we are and just forget. It's so easy to do. So
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool to see how it helps with your marriage too. Like you and
For
her
sure.
doing this together. Y'all go back
Yeah.
and look at notes y'all both written in seasons. That's cool.
like, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
right here. These things happened.
Yeah.
And
Well,
all
I
the
mean,
things.
we have a tendency to be short-sighted. You know, I've talked about this before. You get a paper cut on the tip of your pointer finger. It's all you can think about. And so often I get caught up in the next thing I have to do gets so much of my attention compared to the grand scheme
Right.
of things. Like I think about just like superficial things, like our parents are aging. When you see them every day, you don't notice the difference in that. But my dad is going to be 80 in November, and I haven't seen him since we moved back. So I haven't seen him in about 8 months. My sister just went to visit him and sent a couple of pictures of their fun times together. And I was struck by the change. I mean, that's what happens. Aging accelerates as you get older, but she didn't comment on it at all to me. But just having that time lapse, you know, I can't remember all the miracles God has performed in my life 6 months ago. that's a me problem. I should be writing those things down regularly, even if there isn't like a whole progression through waiting. Like we need to pay attention to those things.
Yeah.
It's another reason I love B groups so much. Sometimes, well, I'm garbage at journaling. I do not like writing stuff down. And sometimes I'm going to tell you a secret. Sometimes I'll be in a B group for a season and we'll read the thing and I'll get a ton out of it, tons of notes in my notebook. As soon as it's done, I throw it away.
Oh, you need to.
I think I got to stop doing. Look at that face. She's not approving that. But like we forget.
man.
So like for a person like me who's just not great at carving out time to document those things, to be reminded that there are stories like this happening all the time at different points in the progression. So just spending time with people who are not bedraggled by the effort that it takes to wait sometimes, because that's real.
It is.
All I can think about is this thing I'm waiting on, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the middle of that, and I spend time with you, and you're talking about how you've just seen God show up in your situation, I am encouraged.
You can write
It
that down.
takes my mind. I can write down. I'm starting a Joe journal with all of the awesome things God is doing in Joe's life.
Nate kept journals for our boys as they were growing up, and then he gave them to them when they were 18.
Oh, come
And
on. I love that.
Trey was just talking about, he just was, reading through his journal, and like the other day. So Trey's 22 now, and he was reading through his journal, and he was commenting on something that Nate had written in there about a season in Nate's life when he had started this company and started this business. And he was talking about how, like, Dad, you were talking about how this business was going to be like my business. Like, and Trey was like little when this was all happening. And I think it was like one of these things that was so encouraging for Trey right now, because Trey he's just kind of 22. He's trying to figure things out. And that's like so in the rear view mirror of where we are now. And so, yeah, it's one of those things like in this season of uncertainty, like where Trey's at, I'm just thinking like how reading this thing that his dad at one point was like, buddy, you're like 3 years old. One day you're going to run this business. And, you know, I'm just so excited about it. And Trey's now 22 years old. And he's like, Dad, you were like telling me I was going to run this business. And it's just like, but your plans can change and turn and all this stuff. And he has this thing that his dad wrote to him. And his dad can be speaking into him that like, yeah, bud, like, and life can change. Our plans can change. And your plans right now can be so different. Because Nate was probably like 25-ish when he was writing that to him.
Wow.
So, yeah, like this whole idea, I think, is just so not just helpful to us, but it can be so helpful to our kids and to our B group members. And yeah, it's just this like, it's the Bible, right? It's how communally as Christians and our faith traditions were passed along. Like we wrote things down, we told them. It's our faith story.
Yeah.
Just continues like through that.
I love that so much. I love that so much. I wanted to share real quick something similar. I can echo everything Adrian said about carving out the time. I don't journal. I love the idea. I have nothing against it. I'm sure I will one day. I need to get to it. But what I have done is, since I've been a B group leader, 3 to 4 times through every semester, I'll hand out index cards and ask for prayer requests, right? And I tell them, like, this is just for me. And I keep these in my truck all week, and I'll just, pray over them all week until we do this again. And so I don't think I even realized it, but this past semester, I thought to myself when I was talking to them about what I do with them, and I said, after that, I put them, they're all on my nightstand. And I went back and I have so many index cards in my nightstand, and just reading through them and seeing some of the same people that have been in my group for a while, like a couple of theirs and how they've progressed. So it kind of feels like that same feeling that journaling could even do for me. But yeah, it's
That's
pretty
really
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. So David also, that was kind of the remember piece of it. Then he reflects that God's not after rituals, but relationship. So when have you caught yourself treating God like a vending machine? That's part of your illustration that I love. You used that before, and it's so good. When have you caught yourself treating God like a vending machine? And then what has shifted? What shifted you from doing that?
And do it all the time. And I did say it out loud, but it's so easy to just get into a rhythm, especially if you got like my personality, do this thing every single day. I could do the same thing every day and never get tired of it, literally. And that drives Karina crazy. She has to deal with that. But I do God like that. God, if I'm doing this prayer, if I'm reading my Bible, I've said the thing, I've done the thing. Why hasn't this changed? Where are you moving? I get in that all the time. So it's so funny. I don't know what people think of as we teach and preach and stuff, but man, I'm preaching to myself, you know, but that's what I do. That's how I treat God, man. And I think the times where he, kind of like David, he sits me down and makes me listen is the best times that's when I know that God has moved something or shifted me in my heart because I've had to sit and stop and listen. And I thought of Elijah when he's running from Jezebel and he's looking for God to show up and he's not in the big booms and the thunderstorm and the lightning, but he's in this little voice, comes right beside you. Right. And he's right there with you.
I loved that passage. That's what stood out to me, that Isaiah 40 verse 6 passage. Now that you made me listen, that's like waiting causes me to listen. And I mean, I've read Isaiah 40, I don't know how many times, but in your message this week, that just like jumped off of the page of my Bible and off the screen. That's like, I think that's one of the big reasons why we sit in these seasons of waiting is like, are you willing to just listen?
Yeah.
You might just be in a season of waiting for however long until you're ready to listen.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Yeah.
It's just like, be still and know that I am God. Be still, be still, be still. Wait, wait, wait. Are you just going to listen? And when you can finally like quiet, sit, be still, whatever, and listen to that whisper, hear it, then maybe that's when the move, the change, the whatever is going to happen because you're tuned in.
Yes.
But otherwise, we're like so frantic and chaotic and anxiety filled and worried and whatever. But now that you made me listen,
Imagine each of ourselves in our most spun up, anxious, worried, fearful place. And imagine you're reading this verse as you are actively feeling that. What are you going to do to snap yourself where you know intellectually this is true, but here is overwhelming? What do you do in those moments?
That is a good point.
I am very aware of when I am at level 15, sensory overloads. I'm afraid, I'm worried, I can't get the things done I need to do in a day. I know that feeling because it's painful, right? And when I feel that way, it's all I can think about. But that is also a gift because it shows me that this is when I need to apply this. Like I have physically gotten up out of my chair, left the scene where I'm pulling out my hair and everything's going wrong, even though I don't have time to abandon that. I leave and I prioritize God's communication with me and nothing else. and something happens to me in those spaces, the thing doesn't magically get done. Right. That's not the miracle God performs. Right. The first miracle God performs is putting the peace in, because when I am obedient in those moments, when I force myself to look away from me and back to God, he puts peace in me like no other time. Think of you missed your lunch window. You're hangry.
Okay, I'm there.
Got it.
All right.
You're on a long drive. Mm-hmm. You got a long way to go. It's raining. It's inconvenient to stop. You got enough gas to get where you're going, but you're really hungry and you're getting really thirsty and you got to pee. When you get to do those three things, that relief.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know this is weird imagery.
No, but now
that's the peace I'm talking about. When everything around you is squeezing you and you need to use the bathroom. Like, that's not an option. But there's just like a covering over those things. And then when I return to my work, all I do is the next thing, and things all fall into place. It isn't like a miracle of wiping away all the things that are hard. It's the reestablishing what's in here that dictates then what my brain is capable of doing.
Right. I tend to treat God like a vending machine in the same light, like when this, almost like just the to-do list of life. And that doesn't need to be just work. That's life, that's relationships. Like, you need to be doing all these things and then you're overwhelmed. That's when I treat God like a vending machine, because it's just quick. It's really quick. I bring it to prayer really quick. God, help me now. I need answers right now. I need your help right now. I need the words right now. And I think for me, like, it's the same kind of concept as how we view tithing around here, with like, God can do more with 90% than we can do with 100% of our own money. It's like the same thing. Like, if I take time, stop treating it like a vending machine and really take time, that's counterproductive in a lot of ways. Like, why is the first answer when my to-do list is a mile long to not do any of it? But when you force yourself like that, because you're so overwhelmed, you're just like, I'm not going to do it for an hour, and I'm going to sit here with God in this time. That's when now all of a sudden I have peace. Now I'm tackling this to-do list with a lot more peace, and it's just so much
gets
better.
done.
Right. Always does. Right.
Yeah.
What do you do when I know that is not a common spot for you, which is especially why I'm interested in your thoughts. When the anxiety is high, and you are overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's not a common spot for me, but like, I have had seasons where I have dealt with panic attacks. I have dealt with like actual panic attacks. I had a scenario like you just explained that happened to me when I was in Minnesota, and I physically did leave a table because I got so overwhelmed, and I was in the middle of a conversation with people. And I got up and walked outside in the middle of this conversation because I couldn't deal. And not a shining moment. But yeah, I think sometimes that might just be the best thing. And I think that's one of those, I don't know. Sometimes I think that is what you need to do. Just like if that you need to walk away from the situation that you're in and take a beat. And that is what I had felt like I needed to do in that moment. And and I did that to pray.
Right.
And just have a chat with Jesus for a second. Yeah. And I needed to hear from him. And then I was able to go back and sit down and reframe what was happening.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just what we have to do sometimes is like get away, have a moment with Jesus, and go back to it with fresh eyes, a fresh view, a fresh heart. And that is the joy and the peace that we have in following him and being able to like tune in.
Yeah. You don't have to make an
quickly.
appointment.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Right.
He's on speed dial.
Yes. and it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to suffer through it. Like you can like check out of it, like go to the safe spot. And that was even when in dealing with panic attacks and those sorts of things, like I just knew I could like through counseling, like, okay, if I was feeling that, like the pressure on my chest, the heart rate's elevating, like remove myself from that. Tell someone like I have to go. I cannot be in this situation right now.
Right.
And like amazingly, the world does not come crumbling down. And it does feel like I'm not making light of it. It feels like that is happening in that moment. But it's not going to. So like tell a person that is what it feels like right now, and then leave, just like get to a safe spot and like have that person tell you like, yep, that's not what's happening. So let's take some breaths. Let's, do the thing. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's good.
It's so good.
Yeah. So yeah. Tyler, you asked, how do we even wait on God? And what if I wait and I am disappointed again? How would you answer that to someone who's been burned by unanswered prayers? Because that's like legit. That's how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
So have you ever had a no or a not yet from God that in hindsight turned out to be better than a yes? So that's we can just kind of talk about all those things.
Yeah. I'm sure like all y'all at the table been disappointed with prayer, whatever it is, whether it's been unanswered or it was answered, wasn't what you expected. But when that happens for me, it's very hard. And I immediately want to get out of the feels, do something to not feel the sting or whatever it is. So I run to whatever the thing is. But for what's been more helpful for me is to just sit in it for a second, to just come to terms with whatever it was, and then just go back to the cross where I'll question God, like, why did you let this happen? What did you do here? You didn't move here. But I can always look at that and know, no matter what happens in this world, you gave everything, just to have a relationship with me.
Yeah.
And so that helps me to snap me out of it helps not all, it's a dance a little bit, but that helps me tremendously to know that God has not forgotten me. He's not turned his back on me. He gave everything for me.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest step to take for me. And then the next one is, as an introvert, all my introverts out there, holla at your boy at some point. But, well, not really, because I don't.
Yeah.
With your mind.
With your mind.
No actual communication,
But staying in community.
Yeah.
Have people around you who know what's going on in your life, who can pray with you, who can check in with you.
Yep.
That
Critical.
is critical.
Huge, yeah.
It is.
Gently tell you when you're being dumb about a thing.
1,000%. Need that. So
Yeah.
those two things.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. We provide responses around here, not answers.
Yeah, that was all the responses. That was not.
I don't know. Like, hopefully it's just relatable because I don't want to blanket it and say that this is like every situation and stuff. But I think when you're in the waiting, you're waiting for unanswered prayers or just waiting for God to answer is there might be work to be done in you. And that's a tough thing to do. Like truly looking in the mirror is a tough thing to do. And that was what it was for me. I've shared some before, but to keep it a little more high level, I walked through a legal battle that lasted 7 years. And I would have what I was praying for on day one. I never would have wanted that answer on day one. I didn't know it then. And how he worked, what came to, like, I always had my family there, but in the midst of those 6 years, my family stepped up even more so. But then I found my church, and then I found my church family, and I found my core. And my core got me to the point, all that got me to the point that when I did get that answer, I was ready to receive whatever answer it was. And that was not always the case. And so there was a lot of work to be done in me before I think he needed to answer that prayer, or just an answer was, to come anyway. So,
Yeah. So good, Joey.
Yeah. Grief and pain are as valuable to us as all the other things we feel. God equips us with those feelings. Right. So much of Jesus's ministry, he was in lament. His besties were turds a lot of the time. He was looking forward to a very bummer party exit, and we don't like it. We don't like it. And so we think when it happens that it means there's something about it we need to change. So I think we've said it throughout this conversation, allowing yourself to feel the things you feel is part of how God designed you. It is the action you take in response to those feels that makes the difference between you and a non-Jesus follower. It is exhausting. Sometimes when I've been in those places, every moment I need to say Isaiah 40.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes me tired to wait sometimes. And in those moments, I find myself focusing most of my remember messaging in God doesn't expect you to look like Jesus today. God doesn't expect you to be Jesus all the time. You are a work in progress. I'm not going to be ready for heaven until the day I die. Like, that's the timeline, y'all. I got stuff to learn. I got practice to do. All of that. We see on Instagram, you don't have to look a certain way. Put yourself out there. It's not all shiny. Everybody knows that. But we don't behave like that. We only want people to see our best representation of Jesus. And guess what? That might be counterintuitive to helping other people know who Jesus is. If you look like you got it all together, they don't got it all together. I can't be a part of the Jesus thing until I have it all together. So be a mess.
That's right. Yeah.
Just be honest about it.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
Talk to God. Get you plugged into a B group. And then be your messy self. People will come alongside you because we all hit that from time to time.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of my favorite lines from the message was this: maybe it's not just you waiting on God. Maybe it's Jesus who's been waiting on you. So that flips the narrative just a bit. So let's talk about how that might land for someone who feels like God's been silent. So what did you kind of mean by that, Tyler?
Well, to be completely honest, I was thinking of the non-believer in the room, because for them, if you're not following Jesus and you go through seasons of waiting, there's nothing to, I don't want to say there's nothing, but where is the grounding for you when you're in those seasons, when you have questions about what's happening to you? And so that's when I flipped it on that, is like, there is someone out there who has been waiting on you since the day you were born. Been waiting on you. He made you. Like, he is there for you, waiting for a response for you. And so that's really why I said it, because I to know that someone who has experienced life just like you and yet gave everything to have a relationship with you is out there waiting for you, I would just hope that would turn a heart. But,
so good. So good. Well, Psalm 40 is not a sugary pop track. No. It's raw, it's messy, and it's real. So what's one part of this psalm that's been bouncing around in your heart since yesterday? Anybody got anything?
I mean, I think right there from the beginning, I just pulled it up again because I think we talked a lot about, so in verse 1, I waited patiently for the Lord to help me. Like, that's what we've been talking about right here, how we can do that, how we can wait patiently like David waited. And so what's been sitting on my heart is like, I hope we also hear our listeners here and we feel like what's on the backside of that, of waiting patiently. And it is, he turned to me and heard my cry. Okay, I think we know that. But then he lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. So like just everything we've been talking about, just the fruits from it, I guess, is what is pinging in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's really that section of verses we've been talking about, 40 to 6 through 8, where he says, "You've made me listen." And then the line about you don't require sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like for me as a rule follower, I'm like, but David, don't you know Leviticus? Don't you know that? And of course he does. But he knows that God values relationships over all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so that, as a rule following person, is just helpful for me to know that God is, he wants my heart, not the things that I do and all that stuff. So
That's good, Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So good. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Whether you're in a season of waiting, wondering, or just trying not to lose it, we hope you remember this: with God, waiting is never wasted.
That's right.
So join us this next Sunday as we continue our summer playlist series. We'll be on campus at 9 and 10:45, or of course you can always join us on YouTube at 1 if you can't make it to campus. And until then, we hope that you will go and be loved. Thanks for being here, friends. We'll see you next time.